At 18, Luke Donald.
What an important tee shot for him. As it going down the right side.
Asking it to get down takes a big hop.
Yeah, he surely didn't need a driver there.
Tee at 7.
Ben Curtis now on the tee, Dottie.
Coming off a good tee putt back at 6. Wind seems to be helping. That'll be just fine up the right side.
Surprising today, Dottie. Already 9 balls in the water left of the 7th fairway, which is odd to me.
I would agree. It's not like the wind is howling in that direction. Fairway's pretty generous.
Yeah, it's a wide fairway. It just calls for a slight draw.
That's up that left side.
What a lash. What a beautiful action that is. Well, there you go.
Oh, another terrible
Caught the
lie.
sand, bumped out of there, and looks like a bad lie.
The fortunes are not leaning in his direction.
Let's go back to 6.
Matt Kuchar is next.
136 to the hole.
Before we get to that, quickly back over to the island green.
Yeah, Jeff Ogilvy has gotten it to 7 under par, 4 under par in his round today. Not a bogey on his card. And Jeff, not a fan of the 17th. He said in an article in a publication here, he didn't think it was that great a hole, didn't like the location of it on the rotation of the course. And he's played it in 9 over par in his career. Sand wedge, yeah. It's going to trickle back down onto the lower level. Back at 6.
And Kuchar ready now. Well, you thought.
He gets a little freshening of the wind there and makes him back away. There's a good chance for him to make birdie right here.
Well, one of those places you don't have to hit it to hole, John. You can hit it right at the hole. It's in one of those low areas and use the slope to bring it over for you.
Really haven't seen anybody in this telecast take advantage of it. This little hole is tough right now.
And the wind is blowing pretty good from the left, which makes it harder to get over there. And this is going to miss that ridge to the right as well.
Wow.
Almost, bitch.
Almost is right. Over the 9th, Martin Laird to get to 9 under within 3. He's been battling back ever since coming back down to earth after the opening round 65. But Martin Laird, and the 25-year anniversary since Sandy Lyle won this championship, has birdied 9 every day. Back to 6.
And Kevin Na, 127 from the bunker. The lie's good, John, but has a steep bank in front of him and then palm trees he has to play up across between himself and the hole and the green, actually.
He's looking right.
Yeah, I would be looking right of the hole, but don't hit it thin.
Oh,
and he caught one of those palms. Still got through it and got to the green.
That's a good break.
And it's solid enough to get it there. And over at 18, Luke Donald trying to shoot 29 to become the only player ever to shoot a 29 on either one of these 9s here. And now the 31-year history of this championship, but he's got to go a different kind of route underneath the tree.
He had the right idea, didn't he? That's going to be a tough bunker shot even for him. It might not have a lot of room for a backswing. I can't tell on the camera there.
Needs a birdie for that 29, so that's got to drop if he's able to do it at the 7th.
Zach from 8 feet now to get to double figures, and just lost it on the low side. Par for Zach Johnson on 7. But you can see there's not much going on at the top. Kevin Na with a 1-shot lead over Matt Kuchar, but they're both even par on their round today, but a lot of action happening behind them. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Lots going on in the area here. TPC Sawgrass, not far from the World Golf Village, home of the World Golf Hall of Fame, where you can also play championship courses. And Johnny, we were both at the facility earlier in the week. There are all sorts of great exhibits, including some pretty good stuff from your career. 13. This guy inducted into the Hall of Fame on Monday night.
He did a very good job with his speech. He doesn't seem to like this too much.
That with an 8-iron, and boy.
Go get him, Bill. Go get him, buddy. Come on, Bill.
That's on the upper shelf, John. This is going to be a real interesting putt.
See who he's playing with there, not this stiff, huh? Going right at the hole. You keep thinking someone's going to make a hole-in-one, Peter.
I do. And back on 7 now, Ricky Fowler with an 8-iron. Stands in the bunker, ball out of the bunker. Not a bad shot overall. Back to 6.
Kevin Na, Roger.
Well, from the upper right-hand side, we'll come over a ridge, downhill, moving to the left. A pretty speedy putt, too.
He's got to be happy he hit the green from where he did, hitting a palm from and out of the bunker, and bad angle. Did really well.
Let's put it this way. I think the ball ended up in as good a spot as it possibly could have.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You could have hit a small bucket when they're done much better, I don't think. His putting has been fantastically great.
Very good speed. Boy, that broke a lot.
And Luke Donald. He's a great bunker player.
This is really tough. No green whatsoever.
Could be a blast for history in the first 29. No.
This guy, he should be giving, when he retires someday, just getting nothing but bunker lessons.
Over to 8.
Zach Johnson tee shot that he calls his least favorite on the entire golf course because of that tree you see right there on the right-hand side of the screen.
Playing a 5-wood here, Gary.
Saying earlier
This
in the
one
week,
looks pretty good, actually.
Marky was saying it feels like a dogleg right par 3 to him because of that tree, because he likes to draw it. That was well done. Over at 6.
And Matt Kuchar, Roger.
He, too, putting off the higher ridge, but from behind the hole. This one also speedy.
This one's more makeable, I think. It just goes down. Did he hit it?
This has got to get going. He barely dribbled it across that slope.
Yeah, it's like he hit it with a marshmallow on the face.
Still might be his turn there.
Yeah, it is.
So Luke Donald, and anybody that knows anything about golf knows what a quality player Luke Donald has been, kind of in and out of the number 1 and number 2 spot. And some thought that he might kind of fade away maybe, but number 1 in Tampa a couple of months ago. He had a 3rd in his last start in New Orleans. And this performance today, a 66, tells me, Johnny, he's going to be a big factor in 2012 again.
He better not leave the premises. I can tell you, there's a 1 in 5 chance.
Yeah, factor today here, maybe.
He could be in a playoff. Who knows?
And over on 7, Dan, Ricky Fowler, front of the green, 75 feet up the hill. And he hit it 70 feet. Back to 6.
A lot left here for the par, Roger.
Yeah, and this was not the side of the hole to make your mistake on, John. You'd want to get that first putt past the hole and come back uphill at it. Now he's got a downhill slider.
Yes, sir. I mean, these guys are showing some signs of pressure, but the good news is number 9, 10, 11, and 12 are coming up, Roger. So it should help some. If they can just get there without making any more bogeys.
Another clutch putt by Cooch. Stays at 11. 17.
Jeff Ogilvy left with this putt for par. Remember, his tee shot was down on that lower level in the front. Johnny putted it almost off the green.
That hurts.
Yeah. We'll drop him back to 6 under par. We'll go back to 6.
And a little left for Na.
The new stat, folks, called strokes gained putting. Number 1 is Na. Number 2 is Kuchar. And, of course, how do they stand? 1 and 2. So it obviously is a very important stat. You know, they're hitting it reasonable, but that's been the determining factor. And if these guys go on to do what they're doing now and win and finish second. Putting. No putts missed inside of 5 feet. Coming off a bogey, though.
Never know what kind of move he's going to make next, and then a gust comes in and backs him off.
I just think he's got a list of excuses.
That's just so unsettling.
That was nervous, Roger. That was the first stroke that had the P word on it, pressure.
Well, for the first time, we've seen him back off a couple of putts, and that time, a couple back-offs. That from 3 feet 8 inches, and that is his first miss inside 5 feet all week.
Now Luke Donald just 2 behind these 2 leaders.
And just up ahead on number 7 a moment ago, Ben Curtis for birdie. As we said, there's not much happening in that last group. Guys are creeping up from behind. And one of them is Ben Curtis. That gets Curtis to 8 under and just 3 back. Now Ricky for par. Should go maybe just a bit to the left. So a drop shot for Ricky on 7 to 8.
Jonathan Vegas with his second shot just earlier from well left of the green over in the gallery. And sometimes they go right where you're aiming.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. Is right.
Guys excited for Johnny.
Viva La Vegas.
Back at 7.
Matt Kuchar now. Co-leader at 11 under with Kevin Na.
Up the right-hand side, drawing slightly. Gets a good bounce. I think that'll be in the fairway on the right.
It is.
Kind of interesting, Roger. You said that putt that he hit back on 6 was unsettling. I've been so impressed with how well he's recovered.
Well, so have I. And, you know, we've only really seen it afflict his long shots, but last 2 greens, he's had a little trouble. You know, last night I got a text from Charles Barkley that said, "Kevin Na is my hero. Welcome to my world." And it's really a very similar affliction.
Just what he needs is a bird to land in front of him.
That's a beauty going up the right-hand side, just about the same line as Kuchar's, maybe drawing just inside of it. Very good.
Doesn't Charles Barkley, Roger, call you his golfing guru, at least at times, in our celebrity event at Tahoe?
I'll accept no responsibility for that, Dan. Thank you.
He had a good swing before Roger gave him a lesson.
Let's go back to Jimmy.
All right, Dan, thanks very much. Up here by the clubhouse at the turn, a building appropriately enough called The Perch. And, you know, 31 years now they've been playing this event here. And there have been that many years worth of memorable highlights. But it's hard to match what happened 10 years ago. Actually, it's hard to imagine it could have even happened. As they've done time and time again, the final 3 holes served up a stunning drama. Never was there more powerful of a reminder how this tournament isn't decided until you make it all the way through that final stretch. In 2002, New Zealand's Craig Perks was 35 with just 2 PGA Tour seasons under his belt. He came to 16 that Sunday, 1 shot out of the lead. And then came 45 remarkable minutes.
Oh! Very good speed. Look at this! And that is going to put it away.
holes, 1 putt, and Perks had his first tour win. A stunning one.
You're unbelievable.
Absolutely unbelievable. I was ready to win the golf tournament. I'm not sure if I was ready to win an event of this magnitude. And, I wasn't prepared for everything that transpired afterwards.
The attention, yes, but more the pressure he felt living up to his own accomplishment. Perks changed his equipment and his caddy. He changed his management and swing instructors. And yes, he changed his swing. The result was disastrous. He made 12 cuts the next year. The year after that, 11. Then 6. And in the next 2 years combined, just 1 in 33 events.
It wasn't any fun anymore. The frustration of playing the way I did, the anxiety and the apprehension of knowing how poorly I was going to play in front of the best players in the world.
Was there ever a point which you were embarrassed?
Yes, absolutely. I remember playing with Nick Price in Reno, and it took me 4 balls to get off the first tee.
The low point came one year at the Masters. Perks doubled the 36th hole to miss the cut by 1. He was devastated, a fact which didn't escape his then 8-year-old daughter, who broke into tears.
It broke her heart, I guess, and
which broke your heart?
It did. It broke my heart more than any bad shot I've hit in my career.
Eventually, he decided it just wasn't worth it. So he took a job as the director of golf at a club in his hometown. A few years later, he went on to work as a television commentator as well. The game has been good to him. The game has also been cruel to him.
It knocked me down, it beat me down. I got up that mountain pretty quickly, and I slid down that slope even faster.
10 years ago, Craig Perks' life was dramatically altered. It took just 45 minutes and 3 holes.
Those are the 3 greatest hole outs in a major championship type atmosphere I've ever seen.
Anything can happen over this closing stretch. 10 years ago, it did. These days, Craig Perks says he is happy, wouldn't change a thing other than perhaps not changing a thing. As for these last 3 holes, don't have to look any further back than Friday. Martin Laird was standing in the middle of the 16th fairway with the lead. He then went bogey, double bogey, bogey. The lead, poof. Let's head out to 7.
Jimmy, I know here's a guy who's ready and willing to win the Players this year, Matt Kuchar, with his second from 165 yards.
Not the best angle from this right-hand side. We'll cut back, only 4 paces of green right of the hole, wind coming from the right. And this coming in a little left of the hole toward the center of the green. Good shot.
Good play there, smart play. To 8.
This was just earlier. Ben Curtis on the tee. 2 hybrid club in hand. This thing starts right. It clips the tree. And unbelievably, it goes in the water. About 30 yards short and right of the green. In the group ahead, Zach Johnson 2-putted for his par there at 8. Ben Curtis with big trouble as we go back to 7.
Kevin now with his second.
It is from 156. This riding the wind and turning left to Kuchar's ball.
Not a bad miss, though. To 8.
Ben Curtis playing his 3rd with the par 3. Johnny, unbelievably, there have been 2 other balls in the water there at the 8th earlier in the week. I can't ever recall seeing a ball in that water.
Well, Zach Johnson feared a couple of them were a reality, weren't they?
Yeah, over at 10.
Here's Martin Laird for birdie. 3-under round going as he makes the turn. Feeding it down the slope. Just a little too high. Back to 8.
Ricky Fowler, birdie putt on the way.
Really important for Ricky to get out of here with a 3, Gary, and take advantage of 9. Mojo is not here.
This is a tough par 3. Ranked as the most difficult of the 4 through the first 3 rounds. So 3 is a good score here.
I made that hard in the back of the cup birdie at 4, and everything looked so rosy, huh, Gary? And then the bad lie at 5 and 7.
All right, so safely in with a 3. Will remain at 8 under. 3 shots off the lead. Back at 7.
Kevin Na, we mentioned yesterday, born in Seoul, South Korea, where his family is from. They moved over to the United States when he was 8. And on this Mother's Day, I asked Kevin Na about his mother, who's watching back home in California.
My mom and I have a really good relationship. We're very close. She used to come out to a lot of events, more and more less, but she'll come out to the majors and big ones. I'm sure she's missing me right now, but I haven't got her flowers this year. I kind of pushed it, and I think it's a little too late now. But little, I love you, Mom. I think maybe I can get away with it. Hopefully, maybe the trophy. I can give her the trophy.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That would be very good.
Mom's Day present, by the way. She had breakfast today and usually goes out for a round of golf on the weekend. But Kevin told us that she's watching her son's every move here. And there's been a few of them. Back out to the 7th.
Kevin Na also said that he left school. He did not go to college and turned pro. And he said, as you pointed out yesterday, Dan, if he had to do it all over again, he might go to a year of college. But I've played with Kevin. I know him well. He's a fine young man. And as we've been talking about his trouble pulling the trigger, he's going to get through it. I know he will. He's a great young player. He's got a bright future in front of him. This now from 44 feet.
But it runs uphill slightly here, Peter. I'm going to start moving a little bit to his right early on, and then I don't think it does a lot of breaking up by the hole.
Good speed. To 8.
Just earlier, Ben Curtis with this putt for bogey 4. Not to be, so Curtis is going to drop 2 all the way back to 6 under.
Very disappointing there.
Yeah, especially after such a good birdie at the difficult 7th.
And as Kuchar lines up his latest putt here, take a look at the FedEx Cup summary. 600 more points on the line today, and Matt Kuchar's finishes the last few years. He's looking for another trip to the Tour Championship at East Lake, where he's been the last 2 years. And he could make a huge move up on the latest FedEx Cup points list, especially when you consider that Hunter Mahan, Bubba Watson, Rory McIlroy not here for the weekend. Bubba Watson electing not to play here. Hunter Mahan also missed the cut, so we'll see what kind of movement takes place by the end of this championship Sunday at the Players.
This for birdie. And the outright lead should move a little to his right. Good opportunity there wasted. Let's go to 9.
Here's a look at the whole location. At this par 5, Zach Johnson, 2 off the lead. Mark?
At the most, it would, yeah. So that would be 85-yard shot at the most.
And you can see the tree there.
Yeah, this green is kind of into us there. It looks like. It is into us? Straight in. So hair more.
The actual landing area is extremely small if you're going to get the ball within 10 feet. Falls off to the right, it falls off just past the hole. So it takes a great shot to get it close here.
Right on the upslope in the fairway, Johnny. That ought to help spin it a little bit. It's carried it pretty deep. That's a good shot.
A good left-hand hop.
And Zach's got a good chance to move it to double digits under par as he makes the turn and get within 1.
Yeah, that's really a good shot and a great chance for birdie. Not much break there.
Big Mother's Day Sunday for Zach Johnson as he told us this week that he and his wife expecting a baby girl to join the two boys in the Johnson family. And speaking of Johnson, this week Johnson & Johnson became a legacy partner to the First Tee. First Tee has currently raised more than $72 million in its campaign to raise $100 million this year to impact the lives of 10 million new young people. All sorts of big dollars going to charity as a part of the PGA Tour, and especially attached to this event, the Players Championship and the aforementioned First Tee.
Johnson & Johnson, one of the great companies of the world. Their products are amazing, and I'm not endorsed by them.
As we move out to 8, the par 3, 230 yards, and Raj playing into the wind as it has pretty much all week long.
Yeah, it sure is, Gary, and gusting pretty good right now. It's over 15 miles an hour wind they're playing into, certainly.
See here that Matt Kuchar had made only one birdie on this hole through the first 21 times he played it, and now in the last 3 rounds he's made 2. So maybe he's figured something out here. But birdie's a rare thing here today. There have only been 4 made.
This is a 3 hybrid that Matt has.
Well, he's aiming right. He's obviously going to play that little pull cut or something, isn't he?
Well, you would expect that, yeah.
Get in the hole!
He's turning it right to left, and this going a little left of the hole. Good strike.
That's very good. Safely into the heart of the green.
That's not an easy shot. I mean, that is really narrow.
Well, it's through the first 3 rounds, John, the second most difficult green to hit in regulation, and it's a pretty good size green. Players were hitting it just over 45% of the time.
It's a big green, but it's pretty narrow.
Yeah, it is, especially for the length.
Well, if you're going to have a tee shot that can make you uncomfortable, Roger and Gary, this could be it.
Yeah, this comes out of a pretty good shoot of trees here. You don't want to get it started much offline. He's got 5 wood out here, and the wind has laid down for the moment.
Good. Oh, yeah.
Hit it very, very high. I think that was a pop-up. I don't know if this can get there.
Looked like he got very steep on that, didn't he? I mean, big, huge divot. That was not well struck.
Well, it was straight.
Well, yeah, but
tree's in the way.
You can hear him say the tree was in the way.
Right? Yeah.
There's the lower body action. Johnny just looked like he released the club too soon, and I think you're going to see him actually almost hit behind this thing. Really? Certainly hit down on it really hard.
Yeah, I agree with that. He teed it up for how much he hit down, and he teed it up too high.
Yeah.
You know, that would have worked if the ball was on the ground.
Rough patch for Na right now. See how he gets through it.
That was a lot of divot.
Over to 11.
This is the par 5 and the second for Martin Laird. Long hitting Scotsman. 200 yards left for his second. Not thrilled.
Trying to come over the top of it. And he did. But not too bad.
A ton of green to work with from that angle, but live shot of the Atlantic Ocean. Just a couple miles off the way from TPC Sawgrass. Matt Kuchar and Kevin Na tied at the top at 11 under. Luke Donald will not go anywhere. He's at 9 under off his sensational back 930 at the Players. And Na is at the 8th, having a tough little stretch here, Gary.
Yeah, and a very awkward shot here, Dan. Big knob that comes into the green from the right. that he is going to have to deal with. No, it didn't carry it far enough. So a lengthy putt for par left there. We go to 10.
Jonathan Bird with his third at the 10th made the turn with an even front 9, so he's stayed at 6 under until that one drops down to get to 7 under. Back over at 11. See what Martin Laird can do with his third. Mentioned it's the 25th anniversary of the only victory by a Scot in this championship. His fellow countryman Sandy Lyle, who was also inducted into the World Golf Hall of Fame on Monday. And Martin Laird can pick up a birdie there and move it to 10 under within 1 to 12.
Bo Van Pelt playing his second shot here at the short par 4, that from just 75 yards.
Good shot.
And Van Pelt would go on to make that putt for a birdie to reach 8 under par, 3 birdies, no bogeys in his final round. We'll move back to the 8th, where Kevin Na still away, Roger, and that's never a good sign.
Never. And putt from this angle. There's a brow that comes into the green from the right-hand side, short right of the hole. I still think this putt's going to just have to deal with the very, very bottom part of that, so I don't think it's going to do a lot until it gets to the hole. I think go a little right.
You see the NA 11 logo on Kevin's shirt there. Asked him about it last night. He says it has nothing to do about an endorsement. It's actually a logo that one of his friends came up with. NA11, the symbol for the chemical element sodium. It says in the Bible that we shall be the salt of the earth. His friend says, you go be the salt. We can call you salty. He chuckled when he told me the story, but I don't know if it's going to catch on, but it is a catchy, sharp logo. With another drop shot for Na.
Well, it's been tough when you've been the leader, Gary, in this championship. In 07, Sean O'Hare shot 76 with the lead. Next year, Goido 74, Cheka 79 and 09, Westwood 74, and Graham McDowell last year leading 79.
And look who had a good chance there to get within 1. Zach Johnson's birdie putt misses at 9. And this is a birdie attempt to get within 1 for Martin Laird at 11. And Laird, who again was the first round co-leader with Poulter on Thursday, is right back there within 1. 4 under round going today for the Scotsman. Back to 8.
Matt Kuchar for a birdie.
Downhill should slide to his right a little bit.
Is it going to hang in there? It's a little low. Good pace, though. That was a quick putt. Up at 9.
Ricky Fowler going for it in 2, Dottie.
Well, both he and Ben Curtis at 280 yards. They literally flipped the tee to see who would go first. Big hook going to be necessary for Ricky. Wind helping. Way high, but he's lost it right.
Oh, got a ricochet off somebody's foot. I don't know if that's good or bad. Sitting down on the downslope. That might be the 3rd time he's been really unfortunate on the lies. So, you know, I just don't see that being a real bright shot, to be honest with you, because at 280, opening is about as big as a station wagon.
Ricky's rounds has just gone downhill since that double at 5. Back to 8.
Bogey putt for Na. He drops back to 10 under par. Kuchar was able to tap in, and he remains at 11 under. So a new leader in the final round of the Players. Will be back to the TPC Stadium course with more final round action after this.
We are back on this Sunday here at the TPC Sawgrass Players Stadium course. Sunday of the 39th Players. The final group is now currently on the 9th tee box. In case you missed anything that has already happened today, let's take you to the highlights. Onto the golf course we go at the 17th. David Toms, heartbreak a year ago at this hole in a playoff, losing to KJ Choi. Here he is with his tee shot, playing very, very well on this Sunday. He would go on to make the birdie putt there for a 65. David Toms would shoot on this final day. Ricky Fowler made a move early. Here he is at 11 under par at the 5th, in a little bit of trouble after 2 early birdies. Got him to 1 back of the lead. He would give 2 shots back at the 5th with a double bogey. Carl Pedersen, 3rd at the 11th from the bunker at the par 5. Carl showing nice touch there. He would make that birdie putt a winner a couple of weeks ago on Hilton Head Island. How about Zach Johnson? Zach playing very nicely. Hasn't made a lot of putts yet today, but he is playing well with his irons. Here he is at the fairway at the 4th with his 2nd shot. Zach dialed in using the slope beautifully. And, oh, he just misses on the left side. He would tap that in for a birdie. Martin Laird, he was at 10 under par earlier in the week. Here he is trying to climb back into double digits at 7 under par. Martin at 7 for birdie. He is currently at 10 under par, just 1 shot back of the lead, held by Matt Kuchar. Luke Donald trying to regain that #1 spot in the official World Golf Ranking. Here he is at 17. Luke Donald trying to become the first man to shoot a 29 on either side at this golf course during the Players. And he got a little bit of help here at 17 with the beautiful iron. Unfortunately, he had a par at 18 after the birdie at 17, so Luke would shoot a 30 on the back 9. He is currently at 9 under par, the leader in the clubhouse, and Luke will stick around to see what happens the rest of the afternoon here in Ponte Vedra Beach. Matt Kuchar playing in that final group with Kevin Na. He's at 10 under par. Here he is at the 4th. Matt looking forward to playing today in that final group, said he couldn't wait to be in this position, and he's stepping up in a big spot here at number 4. Beautifully done with his 2nd, using the slope as well, just like Zach did. He would make birdie there. Matt Kuchar now at 11 under par. Now Kevin Na, his 3rd at the 2nd. Nicely done from the thick Bermuda rough. Sticky lie there. That's well judged by Kevin Na. Now to the 5th for Kevin. Also with a tough lie here from the Bermuda. Oh, he stabs it into the hill there. So Na would then put it to this point, and here's Na now at 6. After the bogey at 5, oh, that one slides by on the left side as well. So Kevin Na back-to-back bogeys. He now does not have the lead. He's 1 shot back of Matt Kuchar. Like we said, that final group is on number 9. Martin Laird making a big move. He is on the 12th. He is at 4 under par today. Luke Donald in the clubhouse with a 66. There's your leader, Matt Kuchar, Sunday at the Players.
Back at the Players Championship. Prestigious championship now in its 39th playing. Take you back out to the par 5 9th for Matt Kuchar's 2nd from 274.
252 to the front. Wind helping.
Yeah, there's a lot of problems if you don't pull this off.
Might be just a shade, right?
And just holds off from going into that little pot bunker. Ricky Fowler made par in the group ahead, so Ricky makes the turn in +1 after birdieing 2 of the first 4 holes. He's at 8 under. Ricky is 3 back of your leader right there, Kuchar.
This 9th hole's playing the easiest it's ever played in 31 Players Championship. 4.7 average because it's been downwind every single day. Downwind and left, downwind.
Prior to Kuchar's shot, this was Na from 276.
Guys are going for this. There's, like I said, problems right, problems left. And I tell you, those shots with that,
on the hill on the right,
just past the hole down into that bunker, and are not easy. Either one of those pitch shots are not easy.
To 12.
Martin Laird, 2nd shot from 103. That distance should be able to spin the ball, get it to stop. He does. So hole high, about 15 feet. Ahead at 13.
Mo Van Pelt now for par. Coming off birdies on 11 and 12. Good save right there for Bo. Stays at 8 under. Let's go to 10.
2nd for Zach Johnson. Hole location there. Way over on the right. Zach at 9 under, and Mark Rawkins out there.
Probably a little more than that hole, you know?
I would think he's in the full attack mode right here now. Got just 142 yards to the hole. The wind is quartering from the right and behind.
Was that
moving
Zach
behind his target?
Pretty good whistler.
Yeah, he's called some turkeys or something with that, I would think.
Maybe he's doing Babe Ruth pointing to center field. It's going in.
Hey, right, baby.
Oh, this looks good.
Right over the top. Just a little deep. To 12.
Martin Laird with a chance to tie the lead here at 11 under par. Pretty straight putt. And he's got it. Laird, who's 65 the other day, Johnny, was the first time he ever shot around in the 60s here at the stadium course. Said he's always struggled with the greens here in the past.
Well, he's not struggling last hour, I can tell you.
No,
They're all going in.
4 birdies in his last 6 holes. As we go back to 9.
And Kevin Na is away. He had a 3-shot lead, Roger, just 5 holes ago. He now trails by 1.
3 bogeys in the last 4 holes. Been a tough stretch. Now a heavy lie here. Does have a lot of green to work with. But John, I have seen guys from this location pitch it across the green and into the bunker on the other side.
That's what I'm saying.
Or at least into the grass. Yeah,
because you got this low. There's a hole over here to the right, folks. It all goes down into a little hole there. And, of course, over the green is down in a deep lie. So you got to hit it a little left of the hole and a little short, I would think.
That hit hot.
There you go. Just hangs up off the back.
Sitting in a bird's nest, though. Yeah, like I said, you're going for this green. There's so many spots that aren't good, Roger.
Yeah, there are a lot of awkward places here now. I mean, generally, you would want to miss over here in the front right part with this hole in the back left. But given the lie you might get, it can be very, very tough. And Kuchar now has a pretty decent lie, and his shot's not all that difficult, I don't think.
The point I'm making, you can lay it up with a 6-iron, have a spinning lob wedge where you can sort of dominate the shot instead of hitting and hoping. That's what these chips are. You just hit it and hope it doesn't come out hot, or you don't chunk it.
Isn't that what a great par 5 will do? Kind of entice you into going for it and then make you
it is.
pay if you're not in the right spot, right?
It is really. 9 and 11 are terrific holes, aren't they, Roger?
They are. Certainly with the wind down here, then the guys are taking a pop at it just about every day here. But 11, pretty much day in and day out, is a fabulous par 5. This one, more often than not, is a 3-shot par 5.
Well, there's a little bit of hit down on it and junk and let it run.
Kind of like that.
Yeah, pretty good speed here.
Kind of like that. That's going to be a tap-in birdie for Kuchar. It's been kind of a strange last 10 holes for Kuchar. Remember, he had the lead at the 17th hole yesterday. 2-shot lead, put it in the water, able to save a bogey there as you take another look at the action here.
And you can see how he keeps that club on line with his left forearm. That's what you want to do, folks. If you can do that, hitting your irons, all of them, through the hitting zone, keep the shaft on line with your left forearm, you are going to be good. If you don't, good luck.
Whistling while he works. That is the attitude of Matt Kuchar, who, as you heard earlier, got that part of his demeanor from his mom. Smiles his way around the golf course a lot like Phil Mickelson does, and that's another reason why a lot of people feel attracted to Matt. Back over to 10 for Johnson's birdie attempt. Mark?
Well, it's not a hard putt for its length. A little bit downhill, but not overly quick.
To get to double digits.
It looked good with about 4 feet to go. I think he was reaching for it.
And back over to 9 for Na. Now hoping to save par.
This would be a tough 6, I can tell you that. That could take him right out of the championship if he doesn't watch out.
Well, here's the guy that's joined Kuchar at the top for the moment, but Kuchar's got to tap it at 9 to make it 12 under.
Yeah, pretty exciting. Martin Laird, bogey-free in his first round of 65, and he's on that same pace today, Dan. He's bogey-free today. Got an 8-iron. You can see the tee has moved forward today, as we've said, just 148 yards.
This is a 1970 swing right here.
Little shut going away.
Real high at the top.
Yeah. Hits the ball very high.
Stay right. Stay right.
Stay right. Oh. That's a bold line right there. So that to get Martin Laird to 12 under.
Or maybe not his line, Jake.
Things are going well for him.
All right, just to avoid another bogey on this front. And it's gone all that in a hurry for Na. That is 4 bogeys in the last 5 holes to end his front 9. He falls back to 9 under. And after Kuchar taps this one in for birdie, he's going to be 3 back.
He is not happy right now. I don't blame him.
Here's a look at the card. Got off to a pretty solid start, and then bogeys at 5, 6, 8, 9. This latest one at a par 5 really hurts. Again, Kuchar recovering from that tough ending yesterday. Has not been on fire. In fact, the last 10 holes before that birdie was just +1 golf, but he smiles his way to a front 9 1 under, and that's good enough for a 1-shot lead over Laird. He used to live here, right in this area. Kuchar got his whole family here, his wife's parents, his kids. Let's send it to Steve Sands.
Dan, thank you. With Luke Donald after a 66 out there on Sunday here at the Players. You're 3 shots back with Matt's birdie there at number 9. Johnny Miller said after you parred 18, you might want to stick around. There's about a 1 in 5 chance that you could end up in a playoff this afternoon. Do you think 9 under is enough?
I don't think it's going to be quite enough. Cooch looks like he's pretty much in control of his game right now. I haven't seen a lot, but the back 9 does offer some opportunities. I think 10, 11, 12 opportunities for birdies. I was able to make some birdies there. And the wind direction is in a place where it's not too tricky. There's certainly more difficult wind directions on this course, and I don't think the southeast that we got today is that tricky.
Well, let's take a look at some of those opportunities, you call them, on the golf course with some highlights earlier. Let's begin with your second at the 10th. What did you see here, Luke?
Yeah, this was just a hold 8-iron from about 160. This kind of got the round going. Got it in there to about 6 feet, and finally made some putts. You know, I've been hitting a lot of good shots the last couple of rounds, but not holding too many putts. And this is obviously at birdied 11 too, and this is 12. This one sneaks in the left edge for 3 in a row. And at that point, you know, I'm 6 under and thinking, well, let's try and make a charge. See if I can shoot 29 on the back and post the number and see if it's good enough.
Now here you are on the 15th with your second.
15, yeah. John, my caddy, got me to hit driver there, which was an aggressive play. I only had 9-iron in there and made a birdie. And then 16.
16th here.
16, I was able to hold that 10-footer there and hit it pin high left and 2 chipped to there.
How scary is this tee shot today?
Well, it is scary. It's always scary. It gets your heart going, but it's directly downwind. You know, you don't have to deal with any crosswinds. It's only a smooth pitching wedge. Some guys may even hit a full sand iron. So it's 133 or 4 yards, and obviously I left that in the perfect place, just underneath the hole.
You made the birdie there. You hit into the bunker long at 18. How difficult was this bunker shot?
It actually wasn't too bad. I was coming back into the wind, into the grain on the green. I had enough green to work with. I was trying to hold that one. I thought maybe if I get to 10, that might have a chance. But pretty happy with the par. I didn't hit a great tee shot there.
So when you look at this back 930, do you feel like you wasted the opportunity the first 63 holes, or do you feel like you just finished very strong and you posted a number to let someone think about it?
Well, I have been getting off to a little bit of a slow start in tournaments. It happened a couple of weeks ago in New Orleans. I ended up just losing out by a couple shots after being tied 110th or something after the first round. So for whatever reason, I'm not getting off to great starts, and I need to figure that out. But again, I'll keep playing catch up and just leave myself a little bit short.
You can enjoy the golf all afternoon because you have to stick around here at the TPC Sawgrass. Thanks for the time, Luke. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Steve.
Let's go back out to 10.
And just earlier, second for Ricky Fowler at the 10th.
Well, he's got 10, 11, and 12 to see if he can do what Donald did and maybe make 3 birdies. He's got the game to do it, but
and that's going to come back a little.
Yeah, maybe he can get that one to go down and change the momentum.
Yep, he needs to turn it around. 13.
Martin Laird now straight uphill from 8 feet for birdie and a share of the lead at 12 under. Wow, he's putting great today. That's his 8th one-putt green so far today.
Wow.
To 17.
Martin Keimer on the tee. Island hole. Coming off a birdie, he's now 5 under par. Seeing a lot of good shots here today. The very first shot we saw here today was Stuart Sink, who hit it 10 inches from the hole, which is still the best of the day. Nicholson coming off a birdie at 16. He's 4 under par.
Yeah. I mean, I think we want to fly this, 125 in the air, basically, right over the top of that bunker. I mean, if you're counting on 10 yards of filigree, just keep it on, make sure it's blowing. But look at that flag now, it's blowing down.
As always, the instructions from his caddy, Jim Mackay.
17 and Bones and Phil were all made for each other.
Isn't that the truth? This is a gap wedge for Mickelson, so he's got to go ahead and rip it.
He's looking right at the flag. He's not even looking an inch left.
Oh, going on the wrong side of the hump.
Had to be a miss hit.
Yeah, that's particularly good. And as we've seen, tough to 2-putt from there. So we go to 10.
Ben Curtis for birdie, looking to go birdie as he makes the turn here. Looking putt, tracking in the middle for Curtis, who gets back within 4. 3 birdies in the last 4 holes, but he had that double bogey, remember 8, that really killed him. Over at 11, second for Zach Johnson, Mark.
After a good tee shot, 239 to the hole.
And he hit a high, is it a high cut or high straight?
Yeah, it's cutting just a little. Oh, it's good shot
by Johnson.
I got the shot he hit 2, got on the pin, and now 11 with, long shots with fairway medals.
He was able to make an eagle at the second. And let's listen to Zach Johnson talk to it after he knew he made a good strike.
Come on, baby. Do something good.
That's safe to say. Do something good, says Damon Green. It did. And over at 10, Ricky Fowler in need of this birdie to drop to get himself back in it.
That was very important right there, I think.
Tee at 14 for the co-leader.
Martin Laird, important tee shot here. Big wide fairway here, John, but still, you got to put it in play.
This is such a tough hole normally. And had a lot of fade on it, but it's getting way down there. But we'll see if it's in the primary cut or not.
It's a bit unlucky there. And up ahead on the green, Bo Van Pelt for par, missed the green to the right. Chipped to here. This from 16 feet to stay 8 under. Yeah, very nice. Good job, Bo.
Here's a good-looking putting stroke.
He's a good player, very underrated. He's ready to break out.
Just earlier, the tee shot from Matt Kuchar at the 10th. He just ripped a drive with that draw the other day. Longest drive we've seen at the 10th.
It's that going draw, you know, it's just shaped perfectly for this hole, and it makes it run. So he gets that extra roll. A lot of guys aren't getting that roll, and he's out there where there's only a couple divots.
So Kuchar and Laird tie for the lead as Mickelson makes his way through all of his fans at the 17th, Gary.
Yeah, it's a great scene. It really is. And very few players more appreciative of the support than Phil Mickelson. You see it every year here, Dan. Very similar. Making eye contact, acknowledging their cheering.
And Gary, you know it's crossed his mind on this Mother's Day and on this Breast Cancer Awareness Day. There were so many people that, especially on this day, for this cause, that would really be rooting Phil on extra hard if that is even possible.
Tough birdie putt here, just over 40 feet. You can see the up and over and then back down the slope. So difficult to get the pace right. Back to 10.
And Roger.
A little bit of a fluffy lie, 166. I think he's going to have to be looking left of the hole. And he's got it on a line toward the center of the green and doesn't quite carry, but it will hang up on the bank above the bunker.
That was a pretty good shot.
Well, we're going to find out a little more about Kevin Na if he can turn this stretch around. 4 bogeys in the last 5 holes to slip 3 off the lead into the tie for third right now with Zach Johnson and Luke Donald, who's in after his 66. And Kuchar ripped himself a good drive here, Roger.
Yeah, good place to be. 146 left of the hole.
I was going to say, Roger, played tennis today. I mean, a lot of people wondered why you played tennis on such a big day. I mean, it was a spirited match with his wife, Sibby, against the dads. I mean, that's, you know.
I mean, I think he loves ping pong. He's the best on tour, I think, or...
No, he's right up there.
Yeah, I think he is best, and the bottom line is he's a good tennis player, and his wife is also, right? Real good.
Oh, yeah, played at Georgia Tech. That's where they met.
So I think that's sort of what he does to relax. One of the two.
I'd take a nap if I played tennis this morning. It's now a little left of the hole.
Yeah, Kuchar told me last night that he wanted to be Boris Becker as a kid.
I don't know, Shay.
And over on 13 now.
If you feel comfortable hitting it, I don't have a problem with it. I just, you know, with this, I got to hit it awfully hard to get it there. Yeah.
Daddy Martin Laird got a bad run.
This jumps and goes back to the green, then that one comes up for you.
Okay, mate. Bad lie and bad stance, Peter. 165 yards to the hole.
That's correct.
Hard hole location because of that false front. It's 157 to the front, and he's not going to have a whole lot of control over this golf ball.
Good news, he has that upright swing, which is better for the rough.
Yeah, he'll be able to come right down steep on this ball and get it up and moving forward, shouldn't it? He'll be able to curve this.
Now, this is curving right.
You can see he just lost his stance. He's got a little room there.
That's the bunker.
Tough hole.
Martin Laird, born in Glasgow, Scotland. Up to 17.
Well, this is now Mickelson's putt for a bogey. He had about 6 feet for par. Martin Keimer playing alongside managed to 2-putt to remain at 5 under, but Mickelson drops a shot. The 11th.
Zach Johnson looking over another eagle putt. Made his at the second earlier today. And let's take a look at his perspective here. Length of the putt, 35 feet. Downward toward the hole, breaking a little right to left.
Yeah, that's good animation, all right.
Eagle here would be gigantic, of course. A 2-putt birdie would put him back within a couple.
Sort of a 2-tier putt here, so the second half of it will have a little fire to it. Needs to be just a little careful as it gets over the hill.
In the animation, it almost looked like, Mark, that it wants to come back to the right a little bit.
Stood up awfully quickly there. Did you see that? The minute he hit it, he just stood straight up. That's not what you're supposed to do.
What is that? Is that pressure?
Well, I don't know. You know, I don't think he's that nervous, but I mean, we get so curious sometimes. Where'd it go?
All right. Third shot for Nod, 10. Just trying to settle down here and put a par on the card. Looks like he'll do it.
Yeah, had a real nice lie there. Sitting up there just nice as could be. See how that ball sitting up makes it a lot easier. And that left knee is very important. See how stable that left knee? Nothing's happening with that left knee through the whole swing.
And up to 14.
Laird now with his third dotty. Does he have a chance to get this close?
It's going to have to be a perfect bunker shot that comes out very, very dead, Peter. 5 of 6 this week for bunker saves, but this one's a tough one.
Probably the only way he could have stopped it was to hit the pin or Johnson Wagner's ball. To 10.
For birdie and to take the outright lead. Laird's having his problems over at 14, so he still might take it with a par here. Cooch going to remain at 12 under. And we move back to 11. A little longer birdie putt than Zach Johnson would have liked.
Yeah, and it really wasn't the place he wanted to leave it either. It's pretty good, though, from this distance.
And Zach Johnson is within 2. Says he's just been trying to put 4 rounds together. Hasn't been in contention a lot by his standards the last couple of years. Maybe 10 or so times is his estimate, but he's right there right now, down the back 9.
He's
over
a
to 14.
Good competitor, isn't he? I mean, he just stays in there.
Well, this is a tough task here. We've got Laird with this 24-footer for par.
We've been telling you historically that this course has been one of the toughest on tour to hold on to a lead. So we've had some large final round comebacks on the stadium course. The largest being 5 turned in by Stenson a few years back, and then Justin Leonard back in '98. And it was Martin Laird who began the day 6 off the pace. So he's trying to pull off the largest final round comeback in this championship's history on this course.
That was going right in the middle. He just didn't hit it.
But with that miss, it's going to be Kuchar who's back on top by himself, Jake.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate break he got off the tee here. Laird leading the field with birdies this week. 23 of them, so he's got it going. He's got some chances coming in, too. Let's go back to 11.
Ricky Fowler going for this par 5. 229.
Well, let's take another look at Ricky Fowler's swing with our 360 replay technology. This from the 5th hole earlier today. And Johnny, he drops that thing down in the slot. It's very similar to a Sergio Garcia type move. A lot of lag.
No doubt about that. And that's a good position right there, though.
Yeah,
right,
beautiful.
Almost tucked.
You can see leading with the lower body. He is holding that angle, and that's why he's able to hit it as far as he does for such a little guy. Dan, I think you mentioned, what, 5'7" and about 155 pounds.
Yeah, he is a long hitter. He's gotten longer since he's come on tour also.
Back on the tee of this par 5 for Matt Kuchar, coming off his latest birdie, which are actually par, which keeps him at 12 under, 1 clear after Laird's bogey. And again, this flat swing that has totally transformed Matt Kuchar's golfing career. He said it just felt natural when he and his coach Chris O'Connell started doing it. He just felt like he was bent over with a baseball type of swing. That's what he said the feeling was like. And it just happened immediately. Said he just felt like he could repeat it time after time, Johnny, and that's what this game is all about.
Yeah, he's hitting a lot of good shots. Now, he sort of settled in there after his start. You know, he had the lousy 53rd hole and 54th, and the next few holes today were not too great. But it seems like he's settled back in to me.
We'll see if that par that Na got at 10, Roger's going to settle this guy down.
Well, Johnny, you know, this golf course, I mean, there's so many tough tee shots and awkward tee shots. But then you get to this hole, and it's kind of like, wow. It kind of begs for the home run swing. Finally feel like you got some room.
Well, this back nine, Rogers, where he's done all of his damage. You saw the graphic there, 11 under on the back.
You can see at 522, it's not a long par 5 by these guys' standards. Not getting a lot of roll, though. You have to do most of it in the air.
Solid.
Kevin's got a lot of power, too. You watch that, how much he stresses the shaft at the top of the backswing. And after the follow through, the club is all bent. It's a lot like Greg Norman used to do.
Up ahead, third out of the bunker for Fowler. Using up and down here for birdie to get to 9 under. Get his round turned around.
Good shot.
Yeah, he's got a shot at it. I think he said everybody thought he would be under the radar this week, that he might be burnt out. It might be too hard to win back-to-back. Well, he's made it a little tougher on himself in the back with that finish on the front. Back to 15 for Laird's tee shot.
Well, it's a high fade 3-wood if he can. It hits it so well he didn't even have to watch it. He's got it under control, that high fade with that upright swing, sort of like Peter said, shut going back and then almost open going through. So face is not turning over at all.
So Laird one back of Kuchar, who's in the fairway at the par 5 11th. Zach Johnson trying to continue his run, and Luke Donald continues to wait around to see what might happen on the final day at the Players. Back out to 11. This was a moment ago. Ricky Fowler's birdie attempt. Maybe that'll propel him down the stretch here, Johnny.
Yeah, that was very important.
He's within 3, over to 12.
Zach Johnson second on the way from 111 yards. It was a blind shot playing from the left, extreme left-hand side of the fairway over mound. Couldn't see where he was going. Comes up well short. This a moment ago at 16, Carl Peterson. Second shot was left of the green here at the par 5. Nice pitch and a putt. He got it to 8 under par. Back to 11.
And Kevin Na getting ready for his second shot.
28 years old, just one tour win so far. He won last year, Roger, at Vegas, and be interesting to see what he does with the momentum that he gets from this event, this championship.
Front 9 card again off to a good start, but then those 4 bogeys down the last half of the front 9. You only get a par 10.
Good. Choking down on about 2 inches.
Got 242, gentlemen.
Very small target. I mean, really small target. He's killed the back 9 this week. 2 over on the front and 11 under on the back 9 with 30, 34, 33. Probably better than anyone. So that's what he'll need. Good start right here if he hit a good one.
He's got a pretty good line. I don't know if it's going to get up. Oh, it does.
Oh, that's going to be quite the shot from there, I'll tell you. Holy man. I don't even know if that putt's doable without hitting it way to the left because that big brow. So that's not really a good leave.
So it makes this par 5 so good, isn't it? I mean, it
was a good shot, but it just ended up. That's this golf course, though, right?
Yeah.
You could hit a good shot.
It is reachable.
Oh, Roger, it ended up in a really bad spot.
He responded with a chuckle.
Virtually the same length here. And this hit much higher. It's on a good line, too.
Right at the stick, and again, that'll bounce back to the back portion of the green in the neighborhood of now.
Now, the odds of those 2 balls being, let's call them 2-putted, even that ball might be off the edge. Let's see. maybe 20% chance. 2 putts from there.
Is putting the only way to deal with that shot?
I don't know, unless you want to take a divot in the green.
Over to 15 for Laird, second.
Go. Go.
Chance to get it close. But that'll drift a little bit far to the right. That little hollow there.
Yeah, there's a low over there, and it's going to go all the way to the bottom.
Up at 18, Phil Mickelson finishing up this for par. Johnny can't help but think a little ahead to the U.S. Open at Olympic Club back in California. Mickelson with a record 5 runner-up finishes at U.S. Opens. Despite getting to the Hall of Fame this year, says I still have a back half of my career where I want to win more majors and think I'm fully capable of doing it.
We had a pretty good talk about how to play Olympic Club, and not that it'll help him, but it shouldn't hurt him.
Well, you'd be the guy to talk to growing up there. Yeah. 17.
Carl Peterson's tee shot on the way, pitching wedge. He's leaning a little, but this is going to be good. And he's going to have a very makeable putt to get to 9 under par.
Thought he was leaning like it was going in the water. This is a great shot.
Over at 12, Zach Johnson birdie putt.
Really wasn't his best second shot, Gary, to leave it here. Normally he's a little better from that distance. This one quick now.
It goes to the left at the end. A lot of players don't see that. Ahead at 15.
Well, earlier, Peter Jacobson mentioned that Martin Laird, born in Glasgow, Scotland, and came over to the United States to play college golf at Colorado State. Fort Collins is where he ended up. Maybe one of the last places you'd think he'd end up from where he grew up.
He, too, won in Vegas in 2009, and then, of course, the 2011 Arnold Palmer Invitational is his biggest win in the U.S., but probably should have won more than that in his career with his game.
And has always been a good ball striker, but has been working with Dave Stockton Jr. since last July or so, or even farther back than that. And he said he kind of turned around mediocre ball striking rounds with the putter, which kind of matches more the way he can strike it, Dottie.
Well, and amazing how the confidence when you have the ability to make those mediocre rounds turn into something half decent. The confidence just goes everywhere.
So he's got that coming back to avoid back-to-back bogeys. Back at 11. Folks lined up above that hole on that mound. Just a great golf course to watch from the mounding. Stadium course. First course of its kind that really was built with the fans in mind. And that's one of the great spots anywhere on a real classic Pete Dye par 5 hole. And speaking of that, these guys reached the surface. Both of them landed on it, and then faced with this from well behind. Roger, do they have any chance here?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't think it swings quite as much as Johnny thinks it does. It will swing to the right, but
I've never seen this putt before.
Yeah, well, it'll come off that back upper left here. And as you say, it goes through that low area, and that's where it'll be swinging right, and then it'll go up over a little slight ridge about halfway to the hole, and then it'll start to go down, and I think back to the right again. It's not an easy putt by any stretch of the means,
but he can go the left route, not the right route, huh?
Yes.
Because you almost could shoot it off the hill on the right, couldn't you?
Well, I think it would straighten up once it got across that and stay to the right.
Yeah, now you can see that undulation, and like I said, I've never seen this putt before, so I was just sort of assuming it was really tough. Even doing my homework, I never imagined this putt. And they have 2 of them, Raj. Isn't that amazing?
How much is this going to help Kuchar out?
Well, it's going to help him a lot. Yeah, oh yeah.
What's a good putt from here? 6 feet, 5 feet?
Oh, yeah, 5 feet, and then
down.
Yeah, it's doable.
Back down.
I mean, it is. It's a long putt, but doable.
A little bit up in here, but not much, and then down again at the hole, down 3.
Kevin Na was put on the clock on the back nine yesterday. It resulted in a bad time that we showed you as tour official John Brennan came over to tell him about it as he made his way up the 16th. He was not assessed a penalty because a second offense you get a penalty shot. That was yesterday, and apparently they're keeping up today.
He is going the right route.
It swung to the right and then back over left. Now go back right again. You know, if you go the right route, you just go back right at the hole. So I don't think you can get over far enough left to get to the hole. But
I think you're right, but he did. He took the right route instead of he could go the left route.
All right, Kuchar is next to play. Let's check out the pinpoint route for him. There is his ball. There is the undulation that we showed you. There's the swing to the right off the knob. And then downhill coming back toward the cup. That's what the computer's telling us, but I don't know if any computer can read that.
I thought that mound, that brow that sticks out, would shoot it more to his left as he's putting than the computer showed. But maybe there's a little crease there to keep it just inside of that brow. So we'll see. It up against his forearm. I was the first one to do that with a long putter in 1981 at the LA Open. Then Longer picked it up. Now Kuchar.
A good chance of going down.
I think the computer did a good job on that.
It did, didn't it?
It did.
It was fairly straight.
Yeah, little movements.
To 12.
Ben Curtis, second shot from 106. Should be just a good full sand wedge. Put some spin on it, control the distance. Nicely done. Ahead at 13.
Zach Johnson now with an 8-iron. Again, trying to use the slope on the middle of the green to take it down left to the hole. Oh, carried it just a little bit too far. Still a good shot. Back to 17.
And the short birdie putt, just over 6 feet for Peterson to reach 9 under par. Yes, he's got it. So that's 4 birdies on the back 9 for Carl Peterson. And he's already got a win and a runner-up finish this year. Sits at 5th on the FedEx Cup point standing. So continued good play as we go to 11.
Coming back for birdie.
About 11 feet here, a little uphill.
Moves a little to the right, I think. Just enough to make you miss it, huh, Roger?
Yep. I guarantee you, like you said, you've never seen that putt before. They've never practiced that putt before.
Yeah,
you know.
There's one of those 3 putts I talked about. And that was a big miss. That opens a little bit of room for the guys behind him to, you know.
Yeah, the guy he's playing with, too, has got a birdie look. To 12.
Ben Curtis for a birdie to get to 10 under. Just walks it right in. That's 3 birdies in a row for Ben Curtis. What a turnaround for this gentleman in just a couple of months. As we go to 16, Van Pelt, second shot at the par 5. Little hybrid club. He likes to work it left to right, Johnny, and that's the perfect shot shape for this right hole location.
Well, that was a nice shot.
Oh, here we go. That's going to catch the slope. That is going to get even better. And Bo Van Pelt will have a putt to reach 10 under par. Go back to the 12th. Putt for Ricky Fowler for a birdie. And he's got it.
Boy, this thing's packing up.
All of a sudden, yeah, this is getting good. So So 3 within 2 shots of the lead. We go back to 11.
And a big birdie putt for Na to join the group at 10 under. Curtis is there. Johnson's there.
This is an important putt for him.
And now Na is there. And it's gotten even tighter in the last 5 minutes. Suddenly 6 players within 2 shots of Kuchar's lead. And Kuchar and now in that final pair heading over to short par 4 12. Birdieable hole. But Johnny, every year we say it, we never know what's going to happen. And just when you think Kuchar might grab control of this championship, everybody kind of moves up a seat or two. Fowler's got it going again. Na's not out of it.
That's one thing nice about this championship. You got that run of holes, 9, 10, 11, 12, that you can make a charge on, a little like Luke Donald did. And then you got 16, Gary's hole there, that you can make eagle. And then 17,
where anything
who knows what might happen. And then 18 is always tough. So from here on in, starting on 9, it's a lot of fun. It really is. There's a lot of things that can go right for you and a few things that can go wrong.
Again, just 11 times in the last 30 years has the 54-hole winner gone on to win this championship. Go to 13.
And speaking of a lot of fun, just a moment ago, Jonathan Vegas with an 8-iron. I've been talking about a hole-in-one all day, and this is as close as you come. Wow. That would have been the 11th hole-in-one on number 13. Here he is coming up. Look at that. He's going, come on.
I have never seen so many guys just take dead aim on this hole ever. Everybody always bails right, remember?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, guys are just going right at it. You know, the wind must be very favorable.
Well, don't forget the left side of that green has been raised since last year, so it's a little bit flatter. So the fear of the ball rolling off the slope into the water is lessened.
Greens don't seem as firm as they have in the past.
No, they're not.
Just haven't got. We thought really we were all poised for this big time, really hard greens.
Now live, Mark.
And he's lost it low, Peter. That was a good opportunity for Zach, but never had a chance.
So Zach Johnson tap this in and stays at 10 under.
Well, you see the caddy of Zach Johnson, Damon Green, walking alongside, and he's had a rough time of it. He's got Dad and Mom written on the side of his cap. His dad has been ill for a while. He took a real turn for the worse recently. In fact, is receiving hospice care now, and so our thoughts and prayers go out to Damon and his family, especially his father. But he wanted to make sure he got his mom's name on there on this Mother's Day as well. Thinking about both of his parents on this day, while his man Zach Johnson is right in the thick of it for the Players' Championship. To 16.
Yeah, Martin Laird on the tee, and not a comfortable shot for him. He likes to fade it. This requires a draw. So he's hit it pretty straight, and it is fine.
Yeah, that's a good shot. He kept it straight as an arrow. Didn't hook it, but got the job done.
Now back on 13, Ben Curtis with a 7-iron, making a move. He's birdied 9, 10, 11, and 12 after that double bogey.
3 under par for the day, huh, Peter?
Wow. As you said, it's getting exciting. It always does on the back nine here at Sawgrass. Here's that little counterbalance. Goes from his toes to his heels. Finds his balance and then pulls the trigger.
Get in the hole, baby. Good shot.
Again, another aggressive line. Safely on. Ricky Fowler next. You can see the early birdies at 1 and 4, and then that double at 5, and bogey at 7, and
Hold
then
still in the back, please. Thank you.
birdies on 11 and 12. So
hold still in the back, please, guys.
Don't count this
Thanks.
guy out.
Good shot, Ricky. Get on there.
Boy, John, they're taking dead aim, aren't they?
Yeah, at 148, you can take that in. Teaser up.
That will get Ricky within one of our leader, Matt Kuchar. But things are tightening up. Right now, you can see Matt Kuchar at 12, Martin Laird at 11, and 4 players, 2 back at 10 under. Stay with us. We'll be right back with more final round action from the players.
Welcome back to the players. And live at the 16th, Martin Laird, ready with his second in the group in front. Van Pelt unable to make his eagle, but he did make a tap-in birdie, get to 9 under, and important second shot here, Dottie.
It is from 225, Gary. It's a 3-iron off the upslope. If he could take it right at your tower and let it use the terrain, it could get this shot very, very close.
He went for the green in 2 here on Friday and overcut it, hit it into the water.
And this is left.
And I guarantee he was thinking about that, but that's okay. That's fine. Martin Laird had the lead Friday in the second round. He had gotten it to 10 under par. He drove it right in the middle of the fairway here at 16. Went for the green in 2 with a 4-iron. Trying to play a high cut to the front right hole location. Splash. That would lead to a bogey. Would move over to 17. Tried to hit a little cut 9-iron here. Johnny got it up in the wind.
He got real loose at the top of his backswing.
That one comes up short. He would make double bogey. And he would go on to bogey the 18th as well. Got to get that out of his mind somehow.
Sort of had a tough stance on that shot at 16 a minute ago because he had a ball above his feet trying to hit a cut.
Ben Curtis, sorry, Gary. Ben Curtis now from 23 feet for birdie. Looking good. Just ran out of steam. And just ahead on 14, Zach Johnson ready for his second.
Another good drive out of Zach here, Peter. He's driven the ball beautifully. The wind is picking up right now, though.
Good. Come on.
This one is very high in the air toward the center of the green.
That's a good shot there. 14 is historically one of the toughest holes at Sawgrass. Last year played the most difficult. This year, the same. Now back at 13, Ricky Fowler for birdie to get to 11. Boy, players have just not read enough break on that putt. Missing it low all day. Back to 12.
Kevin Na, second shot from the left rough.
Yeah, got fortunate here. If it had gone another 2 yards, he'd have been in the sea a while. Grass this from 95 yards.
Well, he was yelling go. Yeah, he was yelling go from the minute he made contact. Just got it high on the face. Comes up short left. Not an easy up and down from there. And what about Kuchar, Roger?
Yeah, 81 yards the hole. Good lie here from the right side, looking right up the angle of the green at the hole. Good angle to play from here. Yeah. He's trying to fly all the way back for that. Needs to get down.
Oh, it spins. Thank goodness. Another couple of feet. That hits a closely known area and rolls all the way to the bottom, about 4 feet below the level of the green. A good birdie putt now as we go to 18.
After Peterson drove it in the right trees, this is third. Again, the best score in the clubhouse right now is Donald's 9 under. That's where Peterson is right now, and he's not going to bet of that.
No, hasn't hit a good shot yet on this hole. That's not an easy 2-putt from there, out of that real low area up to this high flat area.
Back to 16.
All right, Martin Laird surveying the situation, the eagle opportunity he has, and as he was walking up the 16th, you just can't quite resist. You just got to take a little glance over there towards 17, and yeah, see what's going on over there. All right, so lengthy putt here. Dottie going to use the putter from just off the green?
Yeah, there was no hesitation in choosing putter. First part of this will actually go a little bit left, and then when it starts heading downhill, it's going to really get swept away by this elevation change and go hard right.
under par on the par 5.
You can see this little brow right here is going to affect this. So the ball's going to move this way, and then it's going to come right back there like that, Gary. There's the left. And here's the right.
Wonderful speed.
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good, but certainly not stone dead. And over at the 12th a moment ago. A not awkward third shot here. Have to land the ball on a downslope. Hard to stop. Pretty well done, but a lengthy putt for par left. And boy, this is awkward, Johnny. Just
yeah, it's just almost impossible. Huh?
Yeah. I mean, he plays it about as well as you can play it. Slides the club head underneath the ball, pops it straight up in the air. All right, a very makeable putt here, Roger, from Matt Kuchar.
Yeah, slightly down here. I think it'll move just a little to his right, won't it?
Yeah,
it doesn't seem like much in it, but it seems like it's got to move that way as it loses speed.
Opens up a 2-stroke lead. And let's catch up with Jimmy Roberts.
Gary, thanks very much. Here with Phil Mickelson, 73 today, 3 under par for the week. Monday night, you went into the Hall of Fame. I can't imagine what this week has been like for you. What has it been like? How did it affect the way you played?
It's been a fun week, and the Hall of Fame has been a really great addition to the week. I've enjoyed it. I would look forward to going back and seeing others inducted over the coming years. I really enjoyed this tournament. My record here has not been that great, Jimmy. I played okay this week. Course is in great shape, really good challenge, and just didn't quite post the scores that I wanted to.
Today is Mother's Day. It's also Breast Cancer Awareness Day. You can't miss all the pink that's out there, and for you personally, that's got to have tremendous significance. What were your thoughts as you're walking around?
Well, it's a cool thing. I just think it's a really neat thing. I mean, I'll never forget what Colonial did a couple years ago in 09 when we were right in the thick of it. It was like the nicest gesture, and to see all the support here and the couple 100,000 women every year that gets diagnosed with breast cancer, to hopefully feel the support that they have throughout the U.S., throughout the world in their battle.
All right. Well, Phil, congratulations on a great week, and thanks for stopping by.
Thanks, Jimmy.
And
out to 16.
Yeah, Martin Laird calmly strokes in that 4-footer for birdie to get back within 1 of Matt Kuchar's lead. And we'll go to 14.
And Zach Johnson now with this 25-footer for birdie to get to 11 under.
Pours that right in.
Zach Johnson making a statement, just 2 back. To 10.
Actually, over at 12, Peter. This for a par. Kevin Na.
Premature walk in there.
Yeah, a little early. Ahead at 17. Van Pelt. But for birdie, left the eagle putt short at 16. Is that one going to get there? Oh, man. So he will remain at 9 under par. Good final round going 4 birdies. Not a single bogey on his card as we go up to 18.
Well, you saw Peterson down there way in the lower portion of the green in 3, up to here in 4, so this for 5. So this ending has not turned out so well for Carl, and comes off the birdies at 16 and 17.
Yeah, that was very expensive, this hole.
Double bogey at 18, drops back to 7 under. Still in 9th place after that final round, 69. Over to 14.
Ben Curtis now with his second. From 180. See the wind starting to pick up a bit. Big wide green, that flagstick you can see just under the tower. bad break there. Hit a great shot and just goes down into that collection area off the green. To 17.
Right over that yellow stick up. The yellow boat.
So you got 28 to 33. That's your number.
The 130 is my number.
That's correct.
He's playing 25?
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
That's a new caddy for him.
It is, yeah. Just started with him a couple of weeks ago. Said that Martin's now moved to Charlotte. That's where Shay Knight lives. Shay was over caddying for Matt Jones. And they got together about 2 weeks ago.
Well, let's see if he's got the right stuff.
Well, it's time to exercise a few demons. He nearly knocked in the water yesterday, and of course he did on day 2. This is pulled.
Pulls usually go farther than you want. And the distance is all right. Into the heart of the green, but a quick downhill left to right breaking putt left as we go to 14.
Fowler now from 176. His second shot. Looks like he likes it. Yeah, very nice. Average shot today, John, in terms of proximity to the hole, 41 feet. How about that? That's tough.
Always a tough hole.
Now back out on 13, Roger. Matt Kuchar preparing for his tee shot.
Yeah, got an 8-iron out, Peter, and the wind is certainly hurting the players here now and from the left. But feeling like it's turning pretty much at them. This is high, but right. This is going to miss that slope, obviously, the very right side of the green. That'll be a fun putt.
Wow. Put the Pro Tracer, or I should say the pinpoint animation on that. Going to hit it about 12 feet and then just watch it go straight downhill to the cup. A little careless right there. Kevin Na now.
He too with an 8-iron.
Wind is always swirling back here in the east corner of Sawgrass. You can see all the trees that surround this hole. It's a beautiful hole. That whole location right over that bulkhead. It gets you to pay attention, doesn't it?
He's the only player in the top 12 over par, guys.
Uh-oh. No, this is way left. Water. Way left.
That's a fifth ball in the water today. That's tough for Kevin.
No, not getting some ribbing there. That's absolutely ridiculous. I don't care how long it's taking to play.
Let's take another look at that from above. That ball was just left. He just hooked that right off the start.
That's why you can't say too much about Kuchar's shot. I mean, he's got the lead. He doesn't put it in the water. Yeah, it's way to the right, but at least he's putting.
Now up ahead on 14, Ben Curtis from off the back fringe for birdie. This from 41 feet. From that low, it's going to go up a hill and then flatten out and move to the right. We watched him make a bomb on 10. Almost another bomb on 14. So Ben will have about a 4-footer left for his par. Stay at 10 under. Bit of a resurgence in Ben Curtis's career of late, and players play well in streaks, John, as you well know.
Yeah, he's got talent.
To 17.
All right, Martin Laird eyeing this putt for a birdie. Scotty just over 30 feet.
Yeah, and the slope, obviously the biggest part of this putt. He's got to figure out the speed. That will dictate the line.
Slope not quite as severe as it has been in years past, as the right side of the green was raised in the refurbishment of the greens.
No, and I don't think there's speed to the greens that we've seen, especially maybe Friday afternoon. A little more humidity in the air, and the place is just kind of moist this afternoon.
Good lag putt. Nice safe par. And it's going to remain at 12 under.
One more little body of water to negotiate.
Yeah, well, he was saying earlier in the week that the design of the stadium course is supposed to keep you uncomfortable the whole way round. It certainly does at 16, 17, and 18 as we go to 14.
Fowler now for birdie. That's a killer. Leave it short, right in the heart. Now back to 13. You talked about an interesting putt here. Let's take a look at this putt with our pinpoint animation. From the top of this slope, Matt's going to hit this to the left. And you can see right at the crest right there, it's going to take the slope and turn down to the right. And as I said, he only has to hit it about halfway because gravity is going to do the rest.
Not nearly as fast as it would have been last year, correct?
Correct. That's absolutely correct.
I mean,
this is doable. This is doable.
Last year, you could hardly keep this on the green. It would get right to the fringe.
We've seen a lot of good shots today where players use the slope in the middle of the green, just about where Matt is now. And he's going to try to putt it just to about where he's standing. Yeah, he's walking right on his line. But that's okay. Pinpoint animation said that is his line where he's walking. In putts like this, John, I think the most important thing is you got to break it up into two parts. Where you want to start it, where you want to let it die, and then where it's going to go from there.
Remember, he 3-putted 11 with a tough putt with Hill and Dale. This is going to be good.
Yeah, pinpoint animation was right again.
That was pretty darn quick, though.
Now up ahead on 14, Ben Curtis to save his par. Stay at 10 under. Nicely done. So Ben Curtis stays 3 back of the lead. Up to 18.
Second for Van Pelt. He's at 9 under. Working on a 4 under round. Bogey free for Bo Van Pelt today.
From 225, and he sort of skirts it up there, but gets caught up, and that's not an easy shot. You could chip it right over the green.
Back to 13.
Big putt here, Roger.
Yeah, that's a little better than 5 feet. I'm going to say he's got to hit it inside left.
He's been doing that all week. He's been solid from 5 feet. He's second in strokes gained on the putting green this week. To 18.
Huge tee shot for Martin Laird. Dottie?
And not a huge club. He's playing off the tee. This is way less than driver. The wind helping. Where it runs out at 281 on the right side. So I think it's a smart play.
Is it a 3-metal?
Johnny, from here, it doesn't even look like it might even be that much.
Well, he's a long hitter. He's a very long hitter, but I don't think what he's got seems comfortable right now.
Yeah, it's got to be a tough shot, though, for a guy who hits a fade virtually every time, right? I mean, you got to look right down the water line.
You need to look right down the planking. There's nothing comfortable about the tee shot for him, and he's already, as you said, admitted that.
I think the wind sort of kicked up there.
Yeah, I agree, Marty. Still helping with leather right, okay?
I mean, if he can just par this hole, it brings all kinds of possibilities with Kuchar, doesn't it?
I mean, 12
doesn't give him any breathing room.
Looks good.
I remember that Kuchar had trouble finishing yesterday, so absolutely a 4 here would go miles. This is up the right, and he's trying to turn this ball over.
So much for the cut, huh?
Well done.
Kind of like making a field goal between now and the just after that.
Remember, Kuchar's got 14, the toughest hole on the course to play coming up next. Let's hear a little bit more about Laird from you, Tim.
In Fort Collins, Colorado, Jamie Burmel stopped mowing his lawn about an hour ago and settled in behind a TV set to watch this drama unfold. It was Burmel, the Colorado State coach, who offered Martin Laird a scholarship sight unseen based on a VCR tape. And there's a connection here because not only in a previous life as the coach of Drake, he also recruited this man here, Zach Johnson, who is not the #1 player at Regis High School in Cedar Rapids. Quite coincidental that they're both vying for the same thing here, one of the biggest titles in golf.
But a tough miss there for Zach at 15. He had just birdied that most difficult hole of the day, 14, to get to 11 under, but drops back to 10 under and now 3 behind.
Back on 14 now, Matt Kuchar with his tee shot. As we said, it's a wide fairway, but it's a tough hole.
He's looking like tentatively like, I don't know.
Oh, this is down the left, and it catches that little strip of sand.
It sits down.
So, yeah, it looked like it screwed down into that sand. Big shot coming up here for Martin Laird on 18. He's one back of Matt Kuchar.
Back at the Players. And winning this championship, you call yourself the Players Champion, and you also receive the Waterford Crystal Championship Trophy. It stands about 17 inches tall. Pretty heavy, about 16 pounds. Somebody's going to hoist it. Who's it going to be? Martin Laird is at 18, and Matt Kuchar, who was in contention deep into the back nine at Augusta in the first major of the year, actually was tied for the lead with an eagle at 15 before finishing in a tie for third. Said he couldn't wait to get back to the golf course today in the heat of another big championship, and he's got a one-shot lead at the moment. As you look at Ricky Fowler over at 15.
That angle, tough hole location for that angle. Just can't go with that flag, I don't think, unless he can trap draw.
I love that. That's perfect, Clark.
Good news, I think the wind is helping it move right to left. I guess the lie's not too bad.
Just can't control it much out of that rough all the way back down to the back.
Well, when you're in the rough, you want to keep it in front of the hole when you can. You know, if it runs out, fine to the hole. If not, you got a 20-30 footer.
Van Pelt for his par to get in at 9 under and join Luke Donald as the best finisher of the day so far.
Nice read, but just breaks left at the hole. Looked like it might catch the left side and go in.
So bogey, and he drops to 8 under. 69 for Van Pelt. Huge shot coming up for Laird, but first we go over to 14.
Talk about huge shots. Matt Kuchar now with his second.
A good line in this bunker left from 197, and he's pulled it a little bit further left than he'd like it, but solid enough to carry it up on. That's a good shot, Peter.
Wow, that is a great shot. What an escape that was.
On the green still?
Yes, it is, Matt. Let's watch this again. Notice the stable lower body here. His feet are dug in, but there's no spin out with his legs. Catches it perfect. Look at that. Arms around the body. Great turn. Fantastic balance. And a great shot. That could look back and be a good turning point. 18.
There's the wind, downwind. What does Martin have left, Dottie?
He's downwind and just a touch to the right from his angle. He has 186 left, 182 to the top. This is an 8-iron.
Through the years, the most difficult hole. At the stadium course, although 14's played tougher today.
Most important shot in his career in golf.
Oh my God.
Very high and a big, big pull.
Water pull? No. Dry. Just on the other side of the bunker.
That's what pressure will do to you. And out of nowhere, just a huge pull. That's why golf's so tough. You know, there's a lot of pretenders in golf, but and there's contenders, but not too many closers.
Well, he's not in the water.
No, but I'm just saying, those are the things you got to learn not to do when you have a chance to win a big one. He could do it, but he's going to have some help from Kuchar.
Fowler from behind the green at 15. Putting it up the back of this slope. Driving it in the fringe. Carrying a lot of speed. Just when you thought Ricky Fowler was playing his way back in, and he did with those birdies at 11 and 12 to get within a couple at the time. He's got a long par putt coming back at 15 to just stay 3 back. But Kuchar at 14 in pretty good shape. That was a heck of a shot.
Well, I think Matt's gonna look back on that shot and think that that's a huge turning point here because he hit a bad tee shot. That is an impossible shot from that little strip of sand over there left of the fairway. He's got to turn it around the oaks there on the corner. And something tells me that he probably went through the tree. Roger, could you see?
I'm sorry, Peter?
Did you see if his ball went around the tree or through the tree?
Well, I thought it went over the tree. It didn't go around it. I think it just carried across the top of it.
Well, either way, it's a great shot.
It was a dangerous shot, huh, Roger? If it came out low, it would have hit the tree.
Well, he looks this over. Let's go up to 16.
Where's Zach Johnson?
Well, we got that tree. Can't get too low. But wind's off the right. I got it. Okay.
Well, he says he's got it, Gary, and he needs a good one. He's got 249 to the hole, into the wind, side to lie, ball above his feet. This will need to be precisely struck here.
Yeah, you look for this to be left of the hole somewhere. Probably left of the green.
Just missed everything and run up there in front.
Yeah, it's going to be left and catches the tree, drops down. Got an awkward little pitch now from the rough.
Could have been worse, though. Could have ricocheted crookedly. Could have gone left or right off that limb.
Kuchar now back on 14 from 43 feet for birdie.
Slides all the way?
Yep, slides to the right. Bit slow. Boy, it looks good, doesn't it? To 18.
Shot on the way from Martin Laird over the bunker, trying to save par and post 12 under. He's got a chance.
Good shot. He came out with a pretty darn good lie down there. And if he can convert that, that'll be big for his confidence down, in the years to come. Even though he'll probably remember the second shot a little bit. It's only had 25 putts in 17 holes.
Sure, another angle of this third shot.
Now let's take a look at this. This is not an easy shot, really. No green to work with, and he really cups his left wrist as the ball's on the face. Good news, he hasn't missed a putt inside 15 feet today.
Back to 15, Fowler. One of those gotta have putts, and it rims out. He drops to 9 under even if he makes that coming back.
I think some of these misses are he just doesn't know the greens yet. He's trying to make that break right, and it just doesn't go away from that setting sun on 15.
So Fowler now 4 behind. He's got the par 5 16th coming up. Eagle possibilities. And back to 14.
Cooch now for his par from about 2.5 feet. Yes. So that's a fantastic par for Cooch right there. Maintains a 1-shot lead over Martin Laird to 18.
Playing with Laird, Johnson Wagner.
I think this putt really important for Martin Laird. It's right on his line.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a big break for him because there is a little break to the right. Just enough to make you miss it if you didn't know about it.
Martin Laird has made the comment this week, Duddy, that he has always struggled on these greens. He's another one of those players that has not fared well here at this Players' Championship. 4th appearance. Best was a tie for 69th last year. And this for par to get in at 12 under with Kuchar behind him, still with 4 holes to play.
Obviously, if he misses this, it really is a big thing for Kuchar. But like I said, he hasn't missed a putt inside of 15 feet today. This is a whole different ball game here.
You know, Dave Stockton Jr., we talked about him working with Dave Stockton Jr., who told him not to care on your putts. He says he's been having that thinking in his head the last couple of weeks, and it's really worked. This is the biggest test so far right here.
It is. Just what people do when they're a little nervous, a little to the right, and he knew the break. He just pushed it. You watch the face go open. Either that or he just misread it. That ball started outside right, and it was actually left center. So I don't know what he was seeing.
He was looking over at Shea, his new caddy. They started working together just last week. They've been friends for years, and Laird says he likes him on the bag. He's a good friend, somebody that I can chat away with and be relaxed. But a bogey for Laird at the last. I guess not all in all a huge disaster, Johnny, because that could have easily been in the water with that second shot.
Yeah, but I mean, dead downwind second shot. You got room to the right. I mean, no reason to be hitting it left of the left bunker. I mean, come on.
So he's the leader in at 11 under. With Kuchar at the 15th. And this was Curtis for par just earlier at that par 4. And suddenly kind of falling back a little bit from Kuchar over to 16.
Now Zach Johnson's third from about 40 yards. Needs to get it a little left because it's going to move right. He didn't quite get it high enough. So about 10 feet or so left for a birdie there to get to 11 under. We go to 15.
Through the chute, dog leg right.
Get 15's playing the easiest it has all week because of the downwind, and that's a big part of making the hole easier. So Kuchar, I think, like I said, he's settled in on the back nine. I think he found his groove, got out the cobwebs or whatever you want to call them, but he's pretty solid right now.
That bogey that Kuchar made at the first hole today seems like a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, and also like Peter Jacobson said, that second shot on 14, that could have been a disaster. If he hit it low, it could have hit the tree, and who knows what would have happened.
Well, as we showed you with Martin Laird, as he walked up 16, that's over to 17. Zach Johnson, same thing. Is always on your mind. And you see Zach's card there. Got off to the great start with the eagle at the second. Just a brilliant second shot. Made another great second shot into 11 for an easy birdie there as well. Johnny, the putts I've seen him miss this week, he has a tendency, with that setup, with the hands behind. It seems like every putt he's missed has been to the right.
Well, I've noticed, in the last half an hour, a lot of putts are being missed to the right. But, he's the guy you'd want on your Ryder Cup team. If he's playing well at all, he's a good pick.
Yeah, he's a competitor. There's no doubt about it.
He needs this one.
And he's got it. Oh, good stroke. There you go. Nice up and down. Zach Johnson within 2 with 2 holes left to play in his final round.
Nice catch by Damon. Nice toss.
I'm sure he's probably seen that before.
Yeah, he might have to have some dental work if he didn't see that.
Well, you know, he was talking about the golf course, Dan, earlier in the week, saying, I like it because I know you have to get the ball in the fairway, and everyone else has to do that as well. And that's what I do. That's one of my real strengths. He also comes into this year, you know, he shot 66 in the final round last year to finish in a tie for 12th. So Johnson with a lot of good vibes. Takes the walk over to the 17th.
No other walk, no other feeling in golf, and I know there's a lot of great places to play this game around the world, but this is truly unique.
Certainly has to be called the most recognizable stage, I think, in all of golf.
And this walk right here, the long walk to the shot, just further dramatizes everything about it.
Your blood pressure goes up about 1 for every step.
Well, there's 120 paces by my calculation, so I guess it can get up pretty high as we go to 15.
Kuchar in a good spot, Roger.
Oh, yeah, right side of the fairway, great angle, 150 downwind. You can be aggressive with this one, John.
Yes, he can. Perfect line.
A little bit right of the hole.
Mike, hang up there. It's good. It's a very good shot and not a hard putt.
Kuchar's played 3 under golf since that opening bogey at the first.
Yeah, he had a stretch there in this round that he hit 2 out of 8 greens, and now he's hit 10 greens in a row.
You're right. He's
settled down. Yep.
Well, there's the look at the traditional Sunday hole location, and a little island to the right. Pink flowers changed from yesterday to celebrate this pink out today.
Gary, I think it's an advantage for Zach to be able to see a shot from Johnny Vegas here first, because the wind is fickle, obviously.
Well, Mark, it's been an interesting hole here. We've seen 20 birdies made. The stroke average is actually under par, but there have also been 6 balls in the water.
Okay. Ese de dice que al trapo son 8 yarditas. Estamos hablando que es el 53. Eso es correcto. Eso es correcto. Yo lo pegamos justamente a 27, yo te quiero pegar a 25. No, mira, el árbol ese que está ahí a la izquierda de la derecha del derecha. Por eso ahí y agarra el espacio. 25. 25, papá, lo mismo de ayer. ¿Viento?
Gary, it's a big couple holes for Jonathan Vegas right now. He is tied for 7th. And this is such a gigantic purse. This is a huge 2-hole stretch for him.
And don't forget the FedEx Cup points as well, Mark. Degree wedge, and that's got a lot of spin on it, and here it comes. It'll catch the slope. That's as much spin as any shot I've seen today, Johnny.
Yeah, that's
really nicely done.
Sweet shot, but it was like perfection right there. Took all the gamble out of it with his spin and able to hit that wedge.
Well, we've talked about it often, that wedge play, the hallmark of Zach Johnson's game. Won that Masters by laying up on every par 5 that year. And he's hit this green 13 consecutive times. It's too far left. Way too far left.
They got quick on that one.
Yeah, that was speedy. And that is no easy 2-putt there. Long way from the hole, got to come down that slope. That's not his best.
He knew if he could make 2 there, who knows what might happen. But he's on land.
Back at 15.
And Matt Kuchar, who still has that island green to handle in just a little while, where he had the lead yesterday. That's to be written in a little while, but a birdie chance here, Roger, could get him to 14 under and give him some further cushion.
Could make it a little more comfortable standing on that 17th tee. This is putt slightly uphill. Just a slight break to the left, I think.
Stay two clear. 16.
Ricky Fowler second, and Dottie Pepper has hustled over to this group.
Yeah, 224 Gary in, and the wind from the right. It's really a pretty good lie. This is high and at the left center of the green if it covers.
Oh, way short. Way short.
Beautiful camera angle, though. Boy, you talk about panning it right out there.
Now Martin Laird in with a 67, 2 off the lead, and he has joined Steve Sands.
And Gary, he got up here about 5 minutes ago, and he's been kind of shaking his head watching the highlights and watching our live telecast. Do you think 11 is going to make it, Martin?
I don't know. You never know around this golf course. But, you know, Kutch is obviously playing great, and he's at 13 right now. But, you know, you don't ever want to wish anything bad on him. But, you know, we'll have to wait and see.
Let's go out to the golf course right now, show you some of the highlights from earlier today. Let's go to number 7. This is where you really started to pick up your day with a birdie putt here.
Yeah, it's always nice rolling a, you know, 25-foot birdie putt. And this was one of these ones I saw the line right away and just, you know, said to myself, good speed, and it'll go in. And it was nice to see it drop.
All right, let's fast forward to the back 9 now and go to the 12th. Did you really start to feel like you had a chance at this golf tournament now?
Yeah, you know, I felt really good on the greens all day. You know, it's one of those nice days where you're over putts, you know, expecting to make them instead of wishing they go in.
How about this tee shot at 13?
Yeah, you know, I pulled this one about 5 yards. I did the same yesterday and hit it close. And you know, I'm trying to be aggressive. I've been kind of bailing out right a lot this week, and today I was trying to just, you know, stay aggressive. And obviously that was a little too aggressive.
I'm guessing you weren't aiming left of that flag.
No, I pulled it about 5 yards.
How about your second at 18 here?
You know, this is pretty much the same swing. I build out right every day down 18 in my second shot, and you know, I was trying to be aggressive there and make birdie down the last to really put some pressure on Kuchar, and you know, I got too aggressive and came over the top a little.
How good was this next shot, this third at 18 from behind that bunker?
Yeah, this is one of the better flop shots I've ever hit. You know, I really didn't have much from over there. I actually went right of the hole deliberately so I could go more back into the wind. Otherwise, it wouldn't have stopped very quickly.
Now you have a par putt to stay at 12 under par. This is a good putt that you misread, or did you just not hit it well?
Yeah, no, it was a misread. My first read was left edge, and then more I looked at it, it looked straight. And you know, I have a habit sometimes of trying to find breaking putts when they can be straight, and I thought that's what that was, so I hit it straight and it broke. So, you know, obviously a little frustrated to miss that putt, but I'm not going to complain today. I played great today.
So Matt has a 2-shot lead as he goes to the 16th tee box. The last 3 holes here, everybody always talks about the finish. What does Matt have in store for him the next 45 minutes?
He's not got a very comfortable 45 minutes. You know, it doesn't matter how good you're playing. These holes will, they'll definitely get in your mind. You know, he's obviously playing great, and he's been such a good player for so long now. You know, I'm not expecting him to mess up, but it's definitely not going to be easy.
Let's go to the middle of that finish right now in 17. Thanks, Martin.
Where Zach Johnson has a birdie putt, but Mark Rolfing over 60 feet.
Yeah, this is not an easy putt at all. He did have a pretty good look at the leaderboard there, so I think he knows exactly where he stands.
Putting off the upper level.
Got a little left-hand break at first, and then going to go the other way maybe for a minute.
The slope right about here. All things considered, not a bad putt. Back at 16, par 5 that does dogleg pretty hard from right to left.
Jim,
playing first?
It depends just how aggressive you want to be, doesn't it?
Yes.
Effectively, with the wind into their face as it is now, it makes the fairway wider because it takes some of the danger away of driving through the fairway down the right-hand side. But if you want to get home in 2, you got to hug it down the left. He's turned it over right to left, but this will be right in the center of the fairway.
very impressed with his driving this week as we go ahead to 17. And Vegas. Chance for a 2 after a brilliant tee shot, but not a good putt. Back over at 16. Ricky Fowler fans.
Guy's head to toe.
Yeah. He knows the Sunday outfit.
Cap, shirt, belt, pants, shoes.
All right, Dottie, pretty straightforward shot.
It really is. Ricky all week has talked about the unpredictability of the lies in this rough, and he said one word when we came up, and he said floater. Just no control over it. This, though, is a pretty straightforward shot. Well done.
Nice. Beautiful touch. That'll get Ricky to 10 under par. Right at 17. Johnson to remain at 11 under. Okay. So Zach Johnson will make the short walk to the difficult par 4-8. Kuchar going down the 16th. He has a 2-shot lead, but he has some interesting holes left.
You know how to play on the clock.
Somehow, some way, it always ends up like this at the Players' Championship on Sunday. Bunched up for the Crystal, and Kevin Na began the day with a 1-shot lead. Has struggled with every sort of mental kind of idea in his head you can imagine. Hung in there for a while, but he's fallen off the pace. Ben Curtis, British Open champion, in the hunt. Ricky Fowler made some early noise, but he needs to come back. Zach Johnson, in the middle of that dangerous trip to the water. Martin Laird's bogey at 18 left him with maybe not enough cushion to hold Matt Kuchar off. But Kuchar still has 16, 17, and 18 to handle. And we're out at that par 5 16th right now with Kuchar with a 2-shot lead. Gary?
Yeah, and the group in front, Dan, both Ben Curtis and Ricky Fowler able to make their birdie putts, so they have reached 10 under par. And Roger, yardage here for Kuchar?
235 into the breeze. Also probably going a little bit to the right as well. Now this is left.
Well, fortunate stops right in the closely mown cut of grass, so not a very difficult shot from there as we go to 18.
Tee shot, Zach Johnson, Mark.
And this is for the driver. It's up the right-hand side. I'm not sure it's turning enough, though.
Hole does set up for his draw, but he's gone deep too far and back in the rough underneath the chair.
Yeah, that could have tree trouble besides the rough trouble, and also a ball above his feet and a tough hole location.
Back to 16.
Kevin Na, second shot at the par 5.
231 here for Kevin.
How about an eagle for him?
He'll have to left side. That's going to miss left too.
Yeah, that should find that hot bunker.
You better hope that goes down to the flat of it.
Yeah, it appears that it did get down into the flat part. And ahead at 17, Curtis first to play.
On the tee, Gary with a pitching wedge. All pars here this week.
Taking dead aim, Dottie, right at it. His eyes are looking right at it.
He has to. And it's a pull.
Get up onto the upper level. Well, you certainly would expect Ricky Fowler to Go right at it.
Already a couple under par on this hole this week.
Not taking much time.
At the slope.
Yeah. Will it spin enough? Oh, no. It's about a foot away. Coming down the slope.
Matt Kuchar over at the 16-2. And you know the hole ahead has been in his mind, especially after what happened yesterday. Tee shot at 17. Kuchar had a 2-shot lead. This was a 52-degree wedge. There had only been 3 balls in the water all day long. Kuchar became the 4th and then took that nerve-wracking drop. This shot from just 74 yards. Bringing it back off the slope, and Kuch able to minimize the damage. Was able to make a bogey 4 and drop just 1 shot. So then he came to the 18th. The tough par 4. Just smoked his drive down there along the water's edge and had this second shot. Again, a poor shot, much like the miscue on the tee shot at 17. Short and right in that grass pot bunker down there. Pitched it out to this point, and this was a gutsy save for par. As Kuchar trailed Kevin Na through 54 holes by 1 at 11 under. So that's how he got through 17 and 18 yesterday. Still has 16 to get by here today, but Gary, it's come down to that island green again and the demons that you got to vanquish in order to win this championship.
Well, I think this is huge right here, Roger. If he could get this ball up and down at 16 to 14 under par, that would really be big.
Yeah, if he can get to 14, he can still make a mistake and win.
Exactly.
It'll certainly make it a lot easier to get oxygen on that 17th tee, that's for sure. He's got a pretty good lie here, ball a little bit below his feet, but you know, I'm sure we'll pitch it up onto the level of the green, the surface of the green, and then just let it release out over the ridge and runs downhill and should move some to his right. Oh, it grabbed a little harder than I think he expected it might.
Up at 18.
Johnson went deep into the trees, and there's that tree trouble ahead of him. 188. Looks like he's looking to just wow.
Go. He chunked it. But a pretty good shot. Got away with it. Went right through
the leave it all.
Went right through the hole in the trees, but he just got a little heavy.
16.
Well, Kevin Na's ball in the flat of the bunker, but not much of a stance. That ball should actually hold up. That's an area that was raised since last year.
There was a lot of sand. You know what I mean? It's all right. Makeable. Yep.
Let's take another look at Kuchar's chip shot here. Yeah, brushes the grass very nicely. Just a little too much spin as we get ahead to 17 and the birdie putt for Ben Curtis.
It's really, Gary, been a life-changing month for Ben Curtis after that win.
It was just 2 months ago, middle of March, he was trying to Monday qualify for the Transitions Championship down in Florida. He didn't make it.
He now writes his ticket into every major championship except the U.S. Open, where he will have to qualify.
Yeah, this is a pretty long, sustained effort of excellence by Ben Curtis, Gary, who has a propensity to kind of run and hide at times in his career after big wins.
Well, think you mentioned it. He actually was playing over in Europe the early part of the year based on his exemption on that tour from the British Open. And now Fowler, much needed birdie. This has got a chance. It's got a chance. Ricky Fowler to 11 under par. Birdie. With one hole left. Remember that Ryder Cup?
What a big putt.
In Ireland when he birdied the last 4 holes. To have that match with Molinari. We've seen him do it in the clutch before. Matt Kuchar couldn't help but hear that.
Seems to have the it there, doesn't he, when he needs one. Somehow he's born with that. That's what could make him a special player, is that he could be a little more experienced, a good closer. It's a rare trait, I'm telling you. I talked to Gary Player, and I said to Gary, he says, you know, Gary, there's an art to winning. And he loved that. He said, you're right. Of course, complimenting himself, winning 100 times or something, but there is an art to winning.
Gary Player won the Lifetime Achievement Award for the PGA Tour this week, and he talked about attitude. This guy's got great attitude.
All right, big putt here from just over 15 feet for a birdie.
Yeah, shoots move a little bit to his right.
And he's got it. So Kuchar answers. That's pretty impressive there, Johnny.
Nice cushion, 3 shots. Just get it on landed on 17.
Up at 18.
Zach Johnson from below the green with his 3rd.
I thought he might putt it, actually, Johnny, but he took a lofted club and put too much spin on it.
Yeah, I don't like that choice, really. If he's going to hit it and he's not going to putt it, why don't you try about a 7-iron, just chip and roll it.
Zach hasn't had much success on this hole through the years. 11 over on the hole. He's bogeyed it the last 2 days. And there's the stare by Kuchar, who is about to arrive for another moment of truth at 17, but I have a little cushion this time, Gary.
Yeah, and just a perfect putt, perfect speed, perfect read. Like I said, Johnny, to me, very impressive, as he had to be very aware of what Ricky Fowler just did.
Great attitude. Just got the Peter Jacobson kind of attitude. Just enjoys things, enjoys the people, takes adversity well, and wants to be happy versus having to be compelled to be happy.
It's at 18. He takes the walk over to 17. We've got Ricky Fowler at 18.
3-wood with the wind helping. It's up the right side just now, starting to turn. This should be fine.
That is tremendous is what it is. That's a super drive. That could be a birdie. Who knows?
Is Fowler on his way to another one of those big, huge finishes, clutch finishes?
That was a clutch shot right there.
Back over and the walk to 17.
And I think, as you mentioned, Dan, very popular in this area. Used to live right here. Ponte Vedra Beach. So a lot of fans here as we go to 18.
Zach Johnson trying to get in at 11 under. Still hoping that he's got a chance. He's fighting to the finish.
Like I said, he's a player that can make pressure putts.
68 for Zach Johnson.
That's a really gutsy round. I'm proud of him.
Ties Laird in the clubhouse for the lead. And a big week for him and his caddy, Damon Green. Remember, we talked about Damon's father. Hope he's doing better. And congratulations again to Zach and his wife, Kim, announcing that they're going to have another baby girl.
Back at 17. That's caddy Lance Bennett giving him some last-minute instructions.
I can't imagine him aiming inside 20 feet of the hole. I don't know about you, Gary, or Roger, but maybe 15 feet. Got to give yourself room for a push or a pull, don't you?
Absolutely.
Well, 52-degree wedge here. If he gets it to the right of that ridge, I'm going to be impressed. I got to look for this thing coming up to the left of that ridge.
Well, he's looking left.
Left of the ridge. Oh, that's going to funnel back down, though. That's going to be a fun putt.
Yeah, we've seen several 3 putts from that vicinity of the green.
Is it still rolling?
And that's why that birdie at 16 was so crucial.
Right at the right edge of the TV tower.
You can't fault him from hitting it there. You don't want to go long left. Or,
it's a 20.
right.
26 there. It's like a low 20 shot, isn't it? Yeah.
Give Nah a lot of credit, Gary. He really didn't slow down play today. You know, he was good to play with. Yesterday was a little awkward, but today was good. Especially difficult.
Yes, going to have even more of an influence with the knob that comes into the green from the right there.
It's a heck of a win if Matt can pull it off. Looks good right now.
It's got to be a nice walk when your ball's on land and you've got a 3-shot lead.
Yeah, you know, he won the Barclays. You know, that was his biggest event he's ever won on the tour in 210, which is, you know, big FedEx Cup event. But this one's a whole different level of pressure. This will be his 4th win if he can get it.
At 18, but
Fowler is going to give him a fight all the way to the end.
That's exactly
He's at 11
right.
under.
Yeah, he needs a birdie, that's for sure.
Yep, got to be thinking 3 here to get in at 12 under.
Just like that swing you made last week, huh? Yeah. Trust it. It's the right one.
The swing he made last week.
In the playoff.
The one that won the 3-man playoff with DA points, the Rory McIlroy and Charlotte. It was clutch. He needs another clutch one. This from a ways back, 190.
190, 7-iron. Starts just right of the flag stick, just barely right.
Only been 3 birdies at this hole all day. Fowler's lined up for a 4th to finish with 3 in a row.
Awesome.
Remember Celtic Manor at the Ryder Cup in 2010. He had to have 4 in a row, must-haves. Can he post 12 under, take over the lead in the clubhouse, and give Kuchar a little something else to think about? And Ricky Fowler just hit it in there tight, playing with Ben Curtis, who had this from 184.
After a really fine clutch drive, and he says, be good. That's all he said, be good.
And that is even better for Ricky Fowler, because look at the teach it's going to give Fowler. Right behind it.
2 great shots. Best shots we've seen all day, really, here at 18. Only 3 birdies today.
Back at 17.
Lengthy putt for birdie for Kevin Na.
Kuchar should gain a lot of knowledge from watching the speed of this.
Oh, what a putt. What a putt from Kevin Na.
That helps to see the speed in the line, doesn't it?
No question. Let's take a look at Matt Kuchar's putt using our pinpoint animation. So the initial part uphill, moving a little bit to the left, and then back down the hill, and moving back to the right. Some 45 feet in length. He's only had one 3-putt in his career here at 17 through the years.
So the computer says he's enough over into the center of the green that little brow's not going to
have a huge effect, I don't believe.
Well, it says there's no effect according to the computer. It'll just be a slice.
Ooh, that's carrying a little speed. Look out.
He knew it the minute he hit it.
You could see him motion. Easy.
Slow down. That's got some break in it, too.
Yes, it does. That's very similar to the putt that David Toms missed in the playoff last year. Up at 18.
And here's the teach that Curtis is going to give Fowler. This for birdie. Been only 3 all day.
I think it's a straight putt. Might go a titch left, but that was pretty straight.
Lower right. Kuchar at 17. He backs off. Pretty straight, it appeared.
Couldn't be any straighter.
Kuchar's putt from just over 4 feet. Oh.
Wow. That opens up a lot of little
Yes, it
boxes.
does.
Hit it too firmly. Hit through it nice, but
upper left, you got Fowler for birdie. Curtis just ran it in. So Kuchar drops 1 at 17. He's back to 13 under. This birdie putt at the drops will get Fowler within 1. He loves the big moments.
Well, he just backed off once because of the kind of deflating sound that went through the crowd when they saw that Kuchar had missed.
that's a classic miss. I wish I could have made him square up that face, but we see that over and over and over. You leave the face open on that big, huge putts.
So if this goes in, you're going to have 4 players at 11 under in. Bauer had a chance to get it to 12 under. So Kuchar, when he plays 18, is going to have a 2-shot lead over 4 players.
That's got to be disappointing, Rios. You couldn't have a better putt to make. See a guy putt it. You know exactly what it's going to do. It's perfect green.
So one final group left. And Matt Kuchar can bogey the hole and win the Players' Championship. Johnny, you're his caddy. What do you tell him here with the couple shot cushion?
Well, surely don't hit a driver. That's for starters. Some kind of favorite club, 3-wood, hybrid. Actually, I'd probably hit the hybrid if he has that on his hand. I think that's what he's got. You don't want to hit it down the right side and get in trouble.
Well, he crushed that drive yesterday. I showed you earlier. It was pretty close alongside the water's edge. He's got the hybrid out.
Yeah, that's the right club. That's a smart club. A lot of guys wouldn't hit that.
Not to play first here after his par at 17. Going way right.
Yeah, way right. This is up on the hill. This is right of the path.
Fortunate it didn't hit anybody. Didn't get in the flowers, which is another good break.
What's over there?
No, it's +4 on the round today. It's been a tough day, but Kuchar, huge shots coming up.
Championship in his grasp.
center of the fairway.
Really stayed with that one and just put it down the right side with a baby draw. That's a fine shot.
Let's go down to Mark Rothing.
All right, thank you very much, Dan. Zach, it was a beautiful round of golf. Are you pleased or disappointed or both?
Yes. This week it's got an immense amount more positives than negatives. I can't deny that. Certainly my approach going in the back nine was to be pretty aggressive. I'm not going to come up here and try to top five. I want to get it on the green in a good position to make some birdies and hopefully make some putts. And my putter started to heat up a little bit, so I can't be too upset with that. But you can say you left some out there. However, that par on 18 kind of makes up for a little bit. That was a little lucky and boneheaded, and I don't know. I feel blessed.
All right, well, thanks. It was a great day anyway.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Mark.
All right. Thanks, Zach. Dan?
Zach Johnson's little boy Will, best friends with Matt Kuchar's son, Cameron, both of them from the Sea Island area. And I'm sure that Zach's going to stick around to congratulate Matt if indeed he's able to bring this home. It's got that kind of magnetism, Johnny. A little bit of Phil Mickelson, a little bit of Arnold Palmer. In fact, years ago, he was at a shootout at Bay Hill, home of Arnold Palmer, and he remarked that the moment I shook his hand, he said, I felt like I knew him.
Celtics started their series the same night.
He's talking about the NBA playoffs right now with his caddy, Lance Bennett.
Lance is a smart guy. He's taking the pressure off him, trying to, just get his mind in a real nice, relaxing, conversational mode, and then focus when the time comes. But a great team they are, really are. And this is a very popular win if Kuchar cannot basically fall apart.
He's got his whole family here. His wife Sibby's parents, his parents who live here, of course, his kids. It's been a fun-filled family week all week long, just a few miles from the golf course Kuchar's lived.
He's definitely smiling a lot more than most players at this point on the last hole. Roger, would it be Na's shot or Matt?
No, Na is away. He has 241 to the hole, but his ball's come to the right of the cart path. I believe he's going to have to stand on the curb in an effort to try to hit it, so he's going to get